Good morning. We're going to do a beach walk. Well, good afternoon. We're going to do a beach walk in Tùy Hòa. Starting at that big thing there. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of monument. We're going all the way down there. So park the vehicle right down the bottom of the beach. I don't know whether this tide's coming in or out. First thing I notice is that this coastline is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And the sea looks crystal. A lot cleaner than Quignon's. However, there's loads of rubbish everywhere, which is an unfortunate thing with Vietnam and Asia in general. Oh mate, it's boiling hot today. The sun's gone behind a bit of cloud, but it's still very hot. Little beach bar up there if you wanted to have a snack. Sereno. Look at that, guys. Gorgeous, isn't it? As I said, the trouble is loads of crap everywhere, unfortunately. But what a beach. And it stretches for miles that way and for miles that way. Ah, heavenly. Yeah, I do feel a bit guilty doing these walks, but someone's got to do them, haven't they? There's the girls doing the selfies for Insta. Xin chào. Hello. Making themselves look pretty for the old socials. State of this beach is horrible. I don't know if it's all just been washed in or what, but it's not ideal at all. As long as I don't stand on anything that causes me problems, then we're all right, aren't we? So what's the crack? What are we doing in No, I can't say the thing. I'm going to call it Tonto. What am I doing in Tonto? Well, I'll tell you. What I'm doing in Tonto is I'm stopping off here before Nha Trang. Now, Nha Trang has its appeal, but also I don't know if I'm looking forward to it all that much, because there's a lot of foreigners apparently. I haven't seen any foreigners here. Well, I've seen one today who was completely antisocial, so I didn't push him. Do you know what I mean? If you don't want to talk, mate, then you don't want to talk, do you? Them coconut things look wicked, don't they, when they're washed up? Wonder if you could replant that and start a coconut tree. Oh, it's just so lovely. A lot cleaner, a lot bluer than the last location we were in, Quignon. Although Quignon is a beautiful place, and I will return, just don't know when. So the crack is we're going to be going from here either tomorrow or the following day. There's a lot. It's quite big, this place, so there's quite a lot to explore. So whether I feel like I want to do some more or just hit it on the way back up or the next time I come is yet to be decided, because you know me, I don't like a plan. What I do like, however, is a wonderful beach, and that is wonderful but full of shit. To be fair, above the tide line, yeah, above the tide line, it's equally as dirty. I can only imagine that this place was absolutely slaughtered by the big storm. And the reason I say that is when I walked down here along the seafront road, the other side of the sand, I saw a few, like, just spaces full of wood and full of what looked like damaged bars and buildings, which would make sense, right? If something's been smashed to bits, you're gonna have to get it off the beach or off the plot that it was on. So I don't know, I ain't done any research about it because I never do. Absolutely lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You could walk all the way around that cove, look there. Again, on my exploring today, I saw a lot of development sites, things being propped up, things being scaffolded, big cranes. So yeah, again, this beautiful little relatively untouched part of Vietnam is under mass construction to accommodate the visitors, which are getting more and more and more and more as people get fed up with Thailand's tourism, which, let's be honest, isn't the best. And I think the Thai people are getting fed up with tourists in general. due to the fact that so many idiots go in there, making the place look and feel pretty shit. It's also a lot more expensive than it was 30 years ago, but everything is, right? But when you compare it to Vietnam, it is more expensive, simple as. So I think a lot more people are choosing Vietnam, and to be fair, I can totally understand why. I mean, I've been choosing it, right? I was planning on going into Thailand. I haven't got there yet. In fact, done the complete opposite. It'll be around 12 weeks now that I've been in Vietnam, because I got the visa extension. As for what I'm going to do when I complete the journey down on the bike, I'm really unsure. I may go over to Cambodia, I may go over to Thailand. I just really have no idea at the moment, and I like it that way. I don't want to be putting myself under time scales or plans. The only time scale I've got is the date when I must get out, because the visa will elapse. Is that a word? Elapse. Expire. The words are all there, aren't they, when you're not trying because you're talking into a camera, but such is the life I've chose. What is that? That's somebody's dinner or somebody's... That is somebody's lunch. So somebody's been really nice, and instead of putting a message in a bottle, they've put a dinner in the bottle, so that if anybody's hungry, they can open up the jar and eat what looks like a vegetable stir fry or something along those lines. Xin chào, sir. How are you? You okay? Hello, brother.
Hello, uncle.
Hello, uncle. How are you? Want cigarettes? Cigarette Tang Long. Okay, come on. Take one more for later. Take spare one. Oh, you have some. Take this one as well inside. Take this one. I don't want. Okay, come on. Bye bye. Chúc mừng năm mới.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Chào buổi tôi. Chào buổi buổi trưa. Ah, little man sitting there having what looked like a roll-up, but it weren't a roll-up, was it? Because you can hardly get roll-up anywhere. So I don't know what, but I'm sure he'll be happy with his Tang Long. Hanoi cigarettes. Very, very, very strong they are, honestly. It's like smoking the exhaust of a car, but I like them. Oh, wow, look. It's just a shame about, mind you, the beach is relatively clean above the tide line, so, and I'm pretty convinced that that tide is coming in, but what would I know? I'm not David Bellamy. I'm not an astrologer. An astrologer. I'm doing it again, ain't I? An astrologer. What is an astrologer? I don't think such a thing exists. Look at all the fishing boats out there catching their prey for the dinner tables. Ah, Vietnam, you are a wonderful, wonderful place. So yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do Nha Trang. After Nha Trang, I fancy going up to Dalat, and then there's a couple of other little places that are 2-3 hour drive away from one another to bring me down towards Ho Chi Minh City, at which stage we'll get to Ho Chi Minh and we'll make a plan from there. Will I fly somewhere from there, or will I take yet another motorbike journey down into the Mekong and down to either Phu Quoc or Cambodia? Who knows? I just honestly don't, but I'm looking forward to it all. It's all gravy, it's all great, and it's just a great thing I'm doing. Little overspill there for when it rains, I imagine, or when the rivers overflow. Ah, boiling hot, honestly. I know it don't look it because the cloud has taken the sun away, but it's been 30 plus all day. Oh yeah, it'll feel lovely, doesn't it? Something about the sea splashing up against you is just a great feeling, and sand underneath your feet is also a wonderful feeling, which I am experiencing right now, fortunately. Now what the weather's like in England, but I imagine late February it's rather chilly. Yeah, I can imagine it's rather chilly indeed. Not for me though. For me, it's Keiko Bako. Rocket, 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 son. Oh. I think this is a place that attracts a lot of Vietnamese visitors from other parts of Vietnam as well. I'm not sure if everyone's completely dispatched due to Tet yet either. So there may be visitors here that are here because they came home for Tet. Although Tet officially has ended, I've been speaking to a few locals that say that a lot of people stretch it out for the month, especially people that work away and haven't been home all year. They may come for the whole of February, or in extreme cases some people come for Christmas and don't go until the end of February. That's what I've been told anyway, so I don't know how much truth's in it. I don't know where this little lady's from, but she's looking gorgeous. Scared to go in. Xin chào. Hello. Everybody is super friendly in Vietnam. Well, in the areas that are between the major spots, I cannot fault any of them. In previous visits to Ho Chi Minh City and to Hanoi and to Da Nang, I have encountered people that aren't so pleased to see you and aren't so eager to be friendly. But again, you can understand why, because there's a hell of a lot of tourism there, and I think that can annoy some of them. Yeah, look, so we've got a coconut there, we've got a baby pineapple there, and we've got a diaper there, and an orange. Good round here, isn't it? Oh, the dirt is, it's unfortunate, the rubbish, but it is what it is. I imagine it's being washed in. So if that's the case, then there should be a point in the day where it gets washed back out again. With a bit of luck, there's another diaper or a tissue. I don't know if there's tides coming in or out, but maybe it's going out. Oh, it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. I imagine that the pull on that sea is quite ferocious at the moment, because when it comes up to my knees, it wants to pull me back in. It's trying its hardest to pull me back in. So I reckon if you were a few steps in, that's probably why the young lady up there didn't want to go in. Bit ferocious, like, you know what I mean? Here's a mafioso, look, with his tattoo on his back. They're not all mafiosa, but they're definitely like people that don't give a shit. Let's have a look. Oi! Ôi trời ơi! Hello! Xin chào!
Xin chào.
Chúc mừng năm mới!
Happy New Year.
Are you gonna bury her inside? She going inside. Hey, have a good day. God bless. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh, nice. All sitting above the top there. It's getting to a time in the day now where a lot of the Vietnamese will come out for a little stroll and a swim, because it's getting a bit cooler. And as we're all fully aware, not many of them want to be suntanned. A lot of them like to keep their skin pale. I don't know if it's something like in the Indian class like levels, where the darker you are, the worse it is, or what it is, but it's crazy because the Western world, they all want to get brown, those girls. And the Asian world, where they're naturally brown, don't seem to want it. So I don't know. Anyway, just to recap, we've passed a couple more bars here on the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one set back there. 4. We had the one down there, 5. And there's one at the major, whatever that is. So that's 6 so far. So if you are down here, you will be able to get some food and a drink. Now we're looking for the elephant bar, because that's where I parked the ped. But the elephant bar, I believe, is way down there, because I've done it in an attempt to do 10,000 steps as a minimum, because I'm getting chunky, man. Put myself on the scales the other day, 14 stone. It's unheard of. I used to be 12. In my heyday, I was just over 11. I mean, I'm getting older, I know that, but just because I'm getting older, I don't need to get fatter. So what I'm planning is, now that I've pulled myself away, Xin Chao! Now that I've pulled myself away from the friendship group I made in Quignon, where I was getting off my nut every day on about 20 beers, I'm just planning on doing it a little bit different now, a little bit less on the alcohol intake and a lot more on the exercise front. So a swim every day, a good walk, and not so many beers. If I do that, it doesn't take long to get rid of a stone. I mean, I'm older now, so I probably don't need or want to be 11 stroke 12 stone. I'll probably look ill, but I definitely don't want to be 14. You seen it? Absolute joke. Beer, baby. So I'm on the case, hence the walking. And I'm going to upgrade it. I am going to do more. Started a few days ago in Quignon. I started swimming, which was fantastic. I haven't got a towel. However, I think when I get to the bottom here, I might just have a little swim in there anyway. I ain't got a waterproof GoPro, so I won't be bringing, I ain't got the waterproof handle with me today, so I won't be bringing you with me if I do decide to go in. And I don't know if I'm going to go in anyway, but tomorrow morning, I should be down here first thing, weather permitting, for a good little swim and another stroll up the beach. Get a few steps in and a swim. You can see how dark it's gone because the cloud has taken the sun away. But trust me when I say it's still boiling, boiling hot. I believe that tide is going out. Yeah, it's on its way out. I tell you, when it comes up here now to your knees and it tries to pull you back, and the reason is because the sand is really uneasy here as it's been bashing its way in. So it just tries to like almost slide slip you, and the sand sort of gives away, so you do feel like you're going to get pulled. Imagine if I'm a bit closer. Let's do a test. Getting a bit closer to it and see what it tries to do. Yeah, because that's what's happening, you see. It's immediately taking the sand from beneath my feet. So it's just trying to whoosh me over. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Oh, bloody hell, here we go. Here we go. Woo! You can see it taking the sand out there. Oh no! Woo! Bloody hell, that one went right up my inside thigh, sir. Very nice. Well, my shorts are wet now, so I might as well have a dip when I get to the back of it all anyway. Back of it, bottom of it, end of it, front of it. Dribbling, it's hard because I'm trying to do this in one take, and when you do that, it's got a waffle, which I'm pretty good at. I waffle for a living, trying to sell stuff to people, which I've had enough of nowadays. I've got to get something sorted because I've had enough of what I do in the UK, man. I've had enough of the UK, actually. Xin chào. How are you? Chúc mừng năm mới.
Very good.
Come on, you. Have a good day.
Tattoo.
Tattoo. Mafia.
Quay lưng lại, quay lưng lại.
Mafia hả?
Quay lưng lại.
Quay lưng lại.
Ồ, nó tiếng Việt giỏi vậy ta.
He's got a big one on his back, I'm guessing. Let's have a look. Oh, mafia! Mafia! Oi! Chào buổi chơi, chào buổi trưa, chào buổi tối.
Chào buổi chiều.
Ui, kissy kissy. Mafia, kissy kissy. Hey, God bless. Chúc mừng năm mới.
Where you from?
UK, England. England. Take care.
London.
Birmingham.
Yes.
Birmingham. Bye bye. Nice, friendly people. Now, when I was walking past here earlier, see a bit of storm damage there. Look, that window's been taken out. When I was walking past here earlier, I met a guy from Ho Chi Minh, and he said he's working very hard with these bungalows, and he invited me to look around. However, I don't plan on staying here more than one more day max, so I can't be bothered to move my gear even if they're nice, and I don't want to. If I get in one of them, that's the sort of thing that then I'll end up not going anywhere for weeks again, like in Queen Yon. But I bet they're reasonably priced, and as for location, what a banger. Next to it, he's got his restaurant and bar, and I noticed a huge swimming pool in there as well. So I mean, great place to stay, right? Very, very good indeed. I'm guessing there'd probably be about, what would I guess? I reckon there'd be about 30 quid a night. About $1 million. About $1 million, maybe a little bit more, but I can't imagine them being much more than that at this time of the year. I'm sure when peak is up, there'll be more. Oh, it's just such a shame about this beach. They're all having a little swim along, look. It's crazy because a lot of Vietnamese people, even though they live by the sea, can't swim. But the reality is, hey, this lot probably don't live here, so. Hey, hello! There's proper coming up here now. Xin chào! Hello! Ah, it's a beautiful, beautiful clear sea. Strong though. Got a current on it today, I can tell you that much for nothing. Xin chào! Chào buổi trưa! Chúc mừng năm mới! Oh. Right, so yeah, there's his swimming pool attached to the bungalows. Little restaurant, little bar area. That would be a very nice place to stay, to be fair. Very nice. But I have got a little hotel already, which is very small, my room, but immaculately clean. What's that? Some sort of little fish or worm or something. Aye. Here he goes, here it comes. Loads of oranges being washed. Oh, hello! Whoa! So the battery just ran out. However, I am always prepared for such eventualities. So I had a spare, so I've logged that in. Now, I think that there was a lot of damage done here, because the other side of that, there's loads of wood and that, all in those woods there. I think these things here I think it was a bar, and I think it's been ripped out with the storm. I'm sure I could ask a local to find out. Where we're heading is right at the end there, the Elephant Bar. That's where my bike is. So that's where I'll be going to get on it. But of course, I think it'd be rude not to finish in the Elephant Bar with an ice cold alcoholic beverage. Look at this, look. If I get caught in this, am I going to get caught in this bit? Oh no, I'm going to get caught and washed out to sea. I'll be gone. Nobody will be able to find me. Yeah, you can see, look, it's all been smashed up. What a shame. I can only imagine how horrible it must have been and how scary, especially for the children, to be hearing it and witnessing it going on. But let's hope no more natural disasters happen. Xin chào, hello. Chúc mừng năm mới. Have a good day. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and have a beer. Look at this old boy having a yoga. Look, fair play to him. They're fit as fiddles here, honestly. They are fit as fiddles. Fitter than a butcher's dog, they are, the vast majority of them. So I think one of these is the elephant bar. I think it's that end one, but we'll soon find out. In fact, I think it might be this one, but I think I parked them up. I'm going to go through that one. Hello, brother. How you doing?
Yeah.
Shuk Sukwe. Okay, right. What I'm doing now is saying, I hope you've enjoyed the beach walk. We've come all the way from that big structure over there, monument, whatever you want to call it. He's going to continue doing his yoga. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you've watched that one, then, you know, I mean, if you ain't subscribing at the end of that, you must just be a glutton for punishment, because that, I imagine, was quite punishing. Me just waffling on, trying to do a one-take wonder, can't be a good thing. But anyway, I appreciate you all. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next vlog. God bless you.